Welcome to the Honest Perfume Reviewer. This video I've been wanting to do for quite some time. I was sort of looking through my collection and just kind of noticing that I typically only have like one fragrance from each house, but there are a few exceptions. I have like two from Penhaligon's, I have two from Pigmentarium, that's a Czech house, but I have six Chanel fragrances, and I also have quite a few, maybe even seven from Parfum and Roma. But today we're going to talk about Chanel, and I'm going to say, why I have these six, and I'll tell you which two are my favorite, and also which one I want to purchase next. So I'll just kind of give them a kind of quick review in this video. I'll start with the one that is, this is the only one that I have outside the exclusive collection, and it's called number 19 Poudré. I've talked about it for many times. I wear this typically in the morning. It's super fresh. It's green and powdery, which is kind of an unusual perfume description. Most green fragrances I find to be a little more transparent. This one is like an iris fragrance combined with some citrus, and like it has that really nice galbanum note that's kind of become a favorite, that makes like sweet fragrances go not too sweet, and that gives an interesting twist to fresh fragrances like this one. Oh, I love this. It has a little vetiver, not too much because I don't typically like vetiver. It has some tonka bean, but this is really like not a deep bassy fragrance at all. It's really light. I spray it all over myself when I come out of the shower and a little bit on my bathrobe, and it really sticks to that. On skin, it doesn't last that long, but it's really beautiful. Next time I'll be buying a bigger bottle, that's for sure. Okay, what else do we have here? 1957. I just recently got this. I wore this yesterday for my birthday. Super elegant white musk kind of fragrance. Very typical Chanel DNA. It's aldehydic. It has also orris. I mean, Chanel has a lot of iris. I think that's why I like Chanel so much. This one also has orange blossom and pink pepper. There's a little bit of an overlap between this. This just kind of struck my mind now with this one and New Look 1947 from Dior. And I think it's like the musky with the pink pepper, perhaps, that gives this. It has bergamot. That one might have bergamot as well. I'm not sure. And there's also a little bit of sweetness. It has honey and vanilla in the base, but it's not like a sweet fragrance. It's more like a very feminine aldehydic Chanel-y fragrance. Love it. I paid full retail for that. I very rarely do. This one I bought. This is Le Lion, a very exciting release, I think, from Chanel. It came out like 2 years ago, I think. So I bought this secondhand, but slightly under retail because I was about to buy it and a friend of mine wanted to let it go. It's really a masculine leaning fragrance. I don't typically, go for masculine fragrances, but this one is one of a kind. This is like super tarish, like a tarish amber. There's like a shippy quality to it. Like imagine you're like on an old ship. And a birch tar, I think they used, to cure leather, making leather wearable. And that's why they use it to like create kind of a leathery feel in fragrance. I wouldn't say it's like animalic. It's just so beautiful. It has like typical amber notes. It has labdanum, amber, patchouli. They both this one and Coromandel, which I also own, are great like patchouli fragrances. The patchouli is quite dominant, but this is a more easy wear. Coromandel. This, even though people say this smells like a cellar or whatever, this is the new version, the EDP version. This is more vanillic, a little more feminine than the EDT version that they used to have. It also has like notes of white chocolate, and it's bitter orange. They both open up kind of very citrusy, very Chanel-y. I don't know if I need them both, but I'll tell you kind of at the end of the video which two are my favorite, and then maybe I'll let you know which one I prefer of the two. Okay, so I also have Jersey. This is the EDT version, so I did buy the secondhand since they don't sell it anymore. And I was about to let this go because I don't really love the opening, I think. It's too much lavender, and I don't like lavender so much by itself. It really needs to be combined with other notes. It reminds me a little bit of Metallic from Tom Ford, except that I don't think has lavender. That one has like, I think it's violet instead, but it's like some purple flower anyway. So it gives me kind of a little bit of that vibe, kind of a vanillic not incensey maybe, or the metallic one, it has not incense, but it has something balsamic in it, like Peru balsam or something. This one has, this is a really nice, interesting note structure. It has like tonka bean. I think that's what gives it this nice depth. And it has vanilla and musk, but it also has grass. So and some floral notes, rose and jasmine. So I think this one is a really interesting, an interesting composition. It both has some greenness and some creamy floralness. And the dry down is really beautiful. I love the way it projects and I love the way it lasts. I just don't love the opening that much, but I'm going to be holding on to this. The only thing that would make me like let go of it is if someone offered me an EDT version of Bois des Iles. And I love Bois des Iles. It's also very Chanel-y. I only have a decant. I haven't been able to get a hold of a full bottle because I don't want the new EDP. It's so watered down compared to the old one, even though it's called EDP. And the EDTs are a lot better. I know those of you who have been on this fragrance journey for a long time, you know all about that kind of watered down kind of step downwards they took when they went from the EDTs to the EDPs. Weirdly enough, the concentration you would think would be higher, but they've sort of changed the fragrances, and some of them are, the difference is quite big. I've tried an old version of beige, and it's huge, huge difference with the beige they sell in the store now. I mean, they're both nice, but this is good. This is good. Okay, so, and then I also have Bois. I haven't used all of that. I just recently got this. I've worn it a few times. Bois was the name of Coco Chanel's lover. That was his nickname. This is kind of like a female fougere. And a fougere is like another way of, actually the original fougere was like a fragrance that, I can't remember the perfumer of it now, but he wanted to create the fragrance of ferns, like what ferns would have smelled like had they had a smell. And they have like typically like aromatic notes, like there's lavender usually in the top. In the bottom, I think they have coumarin, which is a part of tonka beans, or like one component of tonka beans. And also, what else? Oh, geranium typically is in a fougere, and then it can have herbs and, I mean, fougeres can be all different, but this one has, it's kind of like that barbershop-y base structure, but they've added vanilla and like heliotrope, which is a little bit nutty, and the vanilla, of course, makes it a little bit sweet, so it's more feminine than like an average fougere, I would say. And someone described this as like a white t-shirt, jeans and sneakers kind of fragrance, and I really can relate to that. This also has like orange blossom, which makes it kind of a clean laundry kind of smell. So it's really nice and clean and easy grab, easy wear. You could wear this anytime, just kind of working around the house or going out to a lunch, whatever. It's a great fragrance. So fresh. So those were my 6 Chanel, and the one I'll tell you first, my favorites. If I had to pick out 2 of these, it would definitely be, no question, it would be Le Lion, and it would be number 19 Poudré. These are my 2 favorites from the house, because I think that they're both so unique. I don't know any other fragrance that like smells like Le Lion. It is so smoky and interesting, and it lasts so long, and it has so much depth, and it's just gorgeous, gorgeous fragrance, and I love it on myself. I love it on my son. I perfume him when he goes out too. I got my neighbor all into it too. He's going to be buying a bottle of it, and this one I love it as well. Yeah, and the one that I am going to be purchasing soon, I just took a dance cruise out in the Baltic. And they had like a tax-free shop, and they had one of the, it's a flanker of Chanel number 5, and it's called number 5 L'eau, or l'eau, you know, like water. And it's a much, much softer version of Chanel number 5. Actually, I don't think it had any similarities with Chanel number 5. It was just a beautiful, soft iris. I'm sure it had iris in it. An iris kind of fragrance, but with really rounded corners. Like it was like not sharp at all, not so transparent. It was kind of like a kind of all, how do I say this? It's not fuzzy like I explained Sunshine from Amouage, but it's more like um, creamy maybe. Now I don't have it fresh in my nose because I just tried it on the boat, but I really, really like that. That would be a really nice choice for summer, I think. So it's a white bottle. I love the bottle as well. And there's something about this brand that just kind of, I think maybe it's a little bit about the brand, the way it's so simple, the way they never have any sales. They just kind of like stuck to their thing. They do their thing. And I kind of admire that. And then there's something about it. I always feel like so beautiful when I wear Chanel. Like I'm elegant. I feel like a woman. Even when I wear Le Lion, which is like super super masculine. I just think that they do. I wish they hadn't watered down the EDTs, but other than that, I really like Chanel. So I'll be following this up with a Perfume Aroma video. I don't think I've done one with like these are my fragrances from Perfume Aroma. So I'll be doing that in the near future. Thanks for watching.